because of everything that's happening. You know what it costs to put 1,815 people through a correspondence Bible school alone that we're paying for outside of the grants? Tremendous amount of money. But we just believe God. Every day we get up. How are we going to do it? Going to believe God. That's it. Just going to believe God. And we just keep going. Why? Souls. Souls. I think of a young lady named Natasha. If you can find that up on the PowerPoint. This young lady came to one of our meetings not too long ago. And here's her story. She was in a car accident several years ago where her boyfriend lay across her lap, bleeding to death, neck slit, just trying to gasp out air. And she just watched that. She was pinned in. She lost an eye. She had broken ribs, a broken leg. She couldn't get out. All she could see is him just bleeding to death on her lap. And when she was released, and after he was buried, for the next several years, nightmares haunted her. And she would wake up in the middle of the night screaming, just hearing his gasping for breath as his life was just wasted away. She met another man not too long after that and figured, well, if I get married, maybe I'll have my problems will be all over. I'll have a baby and I'll be happy. And she got married again, and she was pregnant, but yet the baby died. She was so shocked, she took a knife and carved the name of the baby that she was going to give the baby into her arm. And she began to have nightmares again. And she just began to have thoughts of suicide, and her life was a total mess. Until one day, she seen a poster that said, "We're coming." And the posters that we had for those crusades that says, "Be delivered from torment. Be set free from fear." Because in Christ, there is no fear. In Christ, we overcome the tormentor. In Christ, God rebukes the devourer. And she came, and she gave her life to Jesus. And even in the midst of that, the struggle was going on, because she came down afterwards and talked to the person that was heading the team that day. And she says, "Let me tell you my story." And she told all this. And then our people even heard her friends saying, "What are you doing? Why are you going down there? Why this Jesus stuff? This is not right. This is stupid." But she knew inside, this sounds right. She came down, gave her heart to Jesus. How'd that happen? Because people here gave. People here prayed. People here got involved. I'm telling you, when you invest in the world missions through a ministry or an individual or a couple that is going forth and giving their lives and laying it on the line and believes the whole Bible, that is something the devil can never steal. He can steal your cars, your stocks, your bonds, everything. He can steal all that. Why? Because he's a thief. But he can't steal souls. He can't steal what you put in heaven. I think of Sveta because I remember years ago we brought her. The government, she was dying. She'd been taking drugs. She was a drug warlord, so to speak, 18, 19 years ago, and she brought drugs into a particular city thinking, "I'm going to get rich. I'm going to make all kinds of money." Little did she realize, young people, that she was in the middle of that. She thought, "I won't touch it myself." But sooner or later, she took the needle. Sooner or later, she began to live by selling her body just enough to get a shot. Just barely living. She got a disease now. Hospital didn't want her. The doctors, they said, "We don't want to take responsibility." The government said, "We don't want her." And she was actually supposed to go to prison. And the government heard that there was a new church in town, one that we were starting. And they called up this pastor, "Come and give this lady last rites." Well, we said, we don't give anybody last rites. But we're going to come and give them first opportunity. She came. And they told her, "There's hope in Jesus Christ. You don't have to go." See if you can find this on the PowerPoint. You don't have to go down. You don't have to die like this. And we actually came and put her on a stretcher and carried her to